All right, Twin Flames, welcome in. Let's take a look at what is going on in the collective right now. I will look at masculine and feminine and then the connection. We could have a little bit of energy around this Mars retrograde that's coming up. I'll do a separate reading about Mars in retrograde and get some channeled messages for you about that. But that's happening on October 30th. So let's first get to the twin flame energy. So let's see where we go. What is going on with the twin flame collective right now? Deep breath, everybody. Deep breath. Oh my God. Divine Dragon. I am a galactic starseed blooming. And the alchemical artist. Beautiful. Some of us are, I am going to say one thing about Mars in retrograde. When Mars goes into retrograde, it can be like a big timeout to everybody. Okay. If you have Mars as your ruling planet, meaning Scorpio or Aries, if you are, since it's transiting through Gemini, Gemini and Sag will also be very affected by this Mars in retrograde. For you to understand your own personal reasons or understand how Mars retrograde might affect you, take a look in your birth chart and see where Mars is in your birth chart. Look at the degrees. Also look at the house it's in. If you want to learn more about that, you can take my Understanding Your Birth Chart class. And so you can get a sense of how this energy is going to impact you. Mars is going retrograde in Gemini. And that's the sign of communication. All right. It's also the sign of structures and organization. And when it goes backwards, there can be kind of a flip the monopoly board kind of feeling about anything that you have set up that isn't working, anything you've set up to help you be organized, be more structured, be more productive, can prove itself to be maybe anti that. Maybe it's not working, right? And this is the time for you to talk about it. I do like this piece, the I'm a Galactic Starseed Blooming and the Alchemical Artist. Some of you are really launching into your creativity. Some of you are stepping into your work a little bit more. I do feel like Divine Dragon is the possibility that you are chasing your tail. You see how he's chasing his tail? And retrograde energies, that's what brought it up for me, can feel a little bit like you're chasing your tail. For some of you, it can show up more in terms of I'm going back to the beginning about something, what I've put in place as organization or as a way of communicating might be not as effective as you wanted it to be. And so you might have to start over, be more creative about things. All right. So that's just a general message here. Twin flames, not twin flames, but Mars in retrograde. So let's talk about the divine feminine. What are the messages? What's going on for the divine feminine right now? Two of Wands, we're at a decision point. Divine feminine, what's underneath? This is the moment in time when you kind of get it. All right, so whatever that is, I'm going to leave that there for a second. We'll talk about it. Two of Wands, Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Emperor, there's Mars, masculine energy. Three of Wands, Fool. And the outcome is the Eight of Swords. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to pull the Divine Masculine cards, and then I'll pull one card for the energy of the connection before I go talking about it, okay? A little bit of swords in here, a little bit of new paths opening up. All right, masculine, where are we going here, babies? Divine Masculine, Seven of Pentacles. What's underneath? Page of Wands in reverse. Fool in reverse. That's interesting. Ace of Wands. Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Wow, the Emperor again. And the outcome is the Magician. Gemini. All right, Mercury. Um, so hold on one second. So let me pull one card for the energy of the connection. Okay, thank you very much. Knight of Wands. So that is Sagittarius energy. Sag is one of the signs that is most impacted. We've also got Emperor, Aries, Aries ruled Emperor, right? Mars ruled Emperor. Now, for the Divine Feminine, there are some decisions being made based on dreams, based on your dreams, based on your information from Archangel Gabriel. Last week we did a lot of work during the live on Thursday for Pathfinders. We did a lot of work around the archangels and how you might reach out to them or how you might call them in. You do have to ask for their help. That's true of any of our spiritual connections. God, source, okay? You were put here on this planet with free will. And those entities, angels, archangels, source, spirit, they're merely whispering to you guidance, but you've got to take the action. And you've also got to ask them for help when you need it. Ask them to intervene in something. If you don't, it's sort of like you've got these resources. All right. And I'm seeing the Divine Feminine here, Two of Wands and the Page of Swords. There's a message trying to come through, but look, the Divine Feminine is looking away. There's a message trying to come through. I do feel like it has to do with either some secrets or somebody talking behind your back. All right. It's literally behind your back, right? Message is trying to come in. Divine Feminine is not paying attention. Seven of Swords. There could be something going on behind your back and someone's trying to get the message through to you. I don't really think you see it. Eight of Swords. I think you've got a mindset about what's happening with your connection. And I think that that's very static energy here. But Mars going retrograde is offering a little bit of a new path. Mars, the Aries energy, is about taking action. I like this. We do have a few days before Mars goes retrograde. And so the Three of Wands is we're expecting this new path. But if we're not paying attention to the message that's coming in, if we're not really allowing ourselves to absorb it, whatever it is, let me get a little clarity around the message. I'm not a fan of the fact that this is a Seven of Swords because this is a cheating energy. This is a lying, sneaky kind of energy. And the Knight of Wands here is also a third-party energy. So please clarify a little bit more for me, the Seven and the Eight of Swords. Wow. Eight of Wands, fast-moving energy coming in. Page of Pentacles, the World, my, strength. Okay, so Divine Feminine, I think there is a message coming in for you that you may not want to hear. But it is about how you are using your power and courage and strength. Divine Feminine, regardless of what's going on with other people, really needing to stand up, take action. The Emperor and the Three of Wands and the Fool. There is a new path coming in. I'm ready for it. But don't get so excited about the new path, which is lovely. Eight of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, getting really excited, really being inspired. Okay, definitely being inspired here. The courage, energy of strength, and the World. This is like an end of a cycle. So some of you could be told a message comes through about the end of a cycle. And so it's like, okay, how do I create my new path then? I'm going to step into my Mars energy, Three of Wands and Fool. I do think you get this going before Mars goes into retrograde. And that's a good thing because Mars is still going direct. We can still use that kind of boost. There's a lot of people, the four signs most connected, Scorpio, okay, Scorpio, we are in Scorpio time right now. Mars connection to Scorpio, all right, it's one of the rulers of Scorpio. Gemini, it's in Gemini. Mars is in Gemini as it goes retrograde. So Gemini and Sag, opposite signs, are being impacted. And then, of course, Aries is being impacted. So take a look, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How is that impacted for you. I see Aries, Leo, Sag, the fire signs here. So be careful. Be careful as you figure out the message and you go down this new road and you start to take action. It's going to move pretty fast. Okay. Once you get inspired by something, it's going to open the world up wide. All right. That's nice. You have to take a risk, though. This is courage, right? The strength card. You have to take a risk. You have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but you are being presented with an opportunity to take a risk. And the consequence, that's terrible. The thing that's been blocking it all this time is that you have a belief. There's some kind of belief that is either very deep seated in you, could be past life karma, something like that. You're having to let a new thing grow and old mindsets be moved away. You're going to have to allow that. And that's what this Mars in retrograde is going to be so helpful with for you. All right. Let's see, I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. So for the divine masculine, I am also seeing the Emperor here, which is kind of nice. However, I see the, and I'm going to say this was, sometimes when the card comes out like this, it's hard to tell whether it's in reverse. I'm going to say it was in reverse. All right. The Seven of Pentacles and the Fool in reverse. It's like the divine masculine, you guys, you gals, guys, right? It's not about gender. It's about energy. Are you really holding on to something that you've already created in the past, that you're not taking the invitation to walk the new path? Divine masculine is having their fire snuffed out a little bit by this Mars in retrograde. And Mars in retrograde is all about passion and sex and really fiery energy. I like that I see the Emperor and the Magician, because it feels to me like the Emperor is manifesting, but this makes me feel, with these two things in reverse, this makes me feel like the masculine isn't being inspired by this energy. Okay, the masculine is wanting to hold on to the old tried and true. Eight of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles, not wanting to, they're going to take action. They're going to take some kind of action, but not necessarily inspired action. This is the energy of what has already been built, already been brought to bear. There's no new inspiration here. So I'm going to ask you, why are the inspiration cards in reverse? Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands again, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Look at that. We have three knights. We have this knight here, another Knight of Wands. The knights are immature energy. Not that anybody's immature, okay? I'm just saying. The knights are like not sure which direction to go. All right, so the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. How fast do I go? How slow do I go? I don't understand. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The Queen of Swords is coming in with clarity, which is really nice. And I think that's good because the inspiration cards are all in the reverse. And the Queen is trying to parse that, trying to give manifestation, information, and inspiration to the divine masculine. I really feel like there's this this sense that I have built something and I'm afraid of hurting it or destroying it. I'm afraid to walk a new path. Okay, the Fool, I'm afraid to do that. I'm not inspired to do it anyway. That's being inverted during Mars retrograde. And so, I got this. I'm going to stay pounding away at what I used to do. But I feel like the Mars energy of the retrograde Mars energy of this Emperor can be just muted, right? It feels a little muted to me. And it feels like there's a bunch of, I don't know what direction to go in. And I think the feminine is also feeling that way. I don't know what direction to go in. I don't know how to put energy to anything. But the masculine has the Queen of Swords coming in, and I really like this. I feel like that is some level of clarity So there can be a manifestation from a positive place. The feminine energy here is not paying attention to some very important messages that may shift what you do, divine feminine. And it also may shift. I feel like you got to pay attention to those messages that are trying to get through, or mindsets that you have that are blocking it, because the new thing is trying to come in. I just don't think you're seeing it yet. All right. So this could be a new kind of job, a new career, a new opportunity for you to take action. It's no mistake. All right. We have the Mars energy of the Emperor on both sides of this. Now, the energy of the collective here. The Knight of Wands. What else, please, about the connection? Five of Cups. Tower. Strength. Queen of Swords. Look at that. All right, so this comes together here. I love this. The Emperor here. I'm sorry, the Strength card showing up. The Queen of Swords showing up. It's like the two have a clue, okay? So some of you are going to have to let go of a thing. That's the thing that's blocking all movement forward. Some of you are going to have to release taking information that's not in your comfort zone. Release something that is your comfort zone in order to take a courageous step forward. All right. So I'm going to continue on with this. There's a lot here to get deeper into. I am going to look at Aries, Leo, Sag. I see that everywhere here. Aries, Leo, Sag. I see Gemini. Aries again here. I will look at Aries, Leo, Sag. I will also look at Scorpio, because we're in Scorpio time. I will look at Gemini. Right. Gemini and Scorpio in addition to the fire signs. Okay. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. Let's go. Let's see what this is all about. See you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.